Speaking of corruption.
Speaking of
no, I'm sorry. Speaking of cover-ups, as we were talking about cover-ups previously.
Did somebody say cover-up?
Yeah.
You can't catch me. I'm in Japan, sucker.
When we were talking about Lightfoot, my transition was going to be talking about Lightfoot's cover-ups, right? And silencing her critics. That was going to take me to this cover-up. Leave it to a news source in another country to get to the bottom of the cover-up of what's actually happening with our water here in Chicago.
Yeah.
Now, we've talked about this. We've covered it. Kit's covered it. Heartlands Media has covered it. I did not. So, and I'm going to be frank and transparent here. Every time that Kit has railed about the fact we have lead in the water, I'm like, yeah, I know we've got lead in the water, but is it really that bad? Yeah, it is.
Yes,
it is. Bad. So this comes to us from The Guardian. Revealed the shocking levels of toxic lead in Chicago tap water. Tests performed for thousands of Chicago residents found lead, a neurotoxic metal, in amounts far exceeding the federal standards. I'm not seeing this on the front page of the Chicago Tribune. Did I miss it? I don't remember seeing this on the cover of the Chicago Sun-Times either. Although I have seen Block Club Chicago reference it. 1 in 20 tap water tests performed for thousands of Chicago residents found lead, a neurotoxic metal, or at or above U.S. government limits, according to a Guardian analysis of a City of Chicago data trove.
Yeah, they did their own water testing. I mean, that's crazy, right?
Why isn't it being done here?
Yeah, why aren't we doing that?
And 1/3 had more lead than is permitted in bottled water. That must be that Chicago that Lightfoot introduced months ago. This means that out of the 24,000 tests, approximately 1,000 homes had lead exceeding federal standards. Experts and locals say these results raise broader concerns because there are an estimated 400,000 lead pipes supplying water to homes in the city, and the vast majority were not tested as part of the program. Moreover, they say that the city is not moving fast enough to eliminate the potential danger. You know, when they replace these lead pipes, if they're doing construction in an area where there are lead pipes, then they will replace them. There's no mandate to actually go out and block by block replace these lead pipes with safe pipes. They're just not going to do it.
And they keep giving themselves these long deadlines in order to take care of the thing, because Lightfoot's trying to get federal funding to do it instead of actually digging into the TIF fund to just take care of it and get it over with.
Right. The Guardian worked with water engineer Eileen Betanzo, who helped. That's a Chicago name, Eileen Betanzo, actually Italian, but who helped uncover the Flint water crisis that resulted in many, mostly black residents, being poisoned by lead in the Michigan city, to review the results of water tests conducted for Chicago residents between 2016 and 2021. Chicago itself has never released an analysis of the results. More cover-ups. The analysis found that 9 out of the top 10 zip codes with the largest percentages of high tests were in neighborhoods with majorities of, what do you think, Ed? Black and Hispanic residents. And there were dozens of homes with shockingly high lead levels. One of South Chicago had lead levels of 1,100 parts per billion, 73 times the Environmental Protection Agency's limit of 15 ppb, parts per billion. There's a very clear data set here showing very concerning lead levels in Chicago, and the residents need to have this information, said Betanzo. The founder of a Wait, what about her green initiative, though? Wait, what was it? Environment and sustainability. New utility. I don't see anything mentioned in here about, I don't know, cleaning up our bad water. Getting the lead out of the water. This data shows lead well above the action level consistently at addresses across the city again and again and again. And it's been sitting here publicly available for years, said Betanzo. It's amazing. It's shocking, she added. Numerous studies have shown that. Yeah, there you go. Actually, I have a graphic for this, so give me a moment. Let me pull this one up. That's what she said. All right.
Wait, how many parts per billion?
Go back to the article.
Chicago now with 30 parts per billion.
Yeah, 73 times. Chicago now with 73 times the Environmental Protection Agency's limit of lead in your water.
Now available in cans.
Here's the map. Numerous studies have shown, even at low levels, lead can leave an indelible impact on young children and adults. Remember when Obama went to Flint, Michigan, and was sipping the water and saying, well, you know, we're all young.
Can I get a
Sometimes we
glass
would
of
eat a lead
water?
paint chip. It didn't kill us. It didn't hurt us. Yeah, not in the moment, but over time, it does.
Yeah, the only person who thinks that way is someone maybe who was eating lead paint chips. Right. No, your parents told you not to eat lead paint chips. You disregarded them and ate them anyway.
Once in the blood, lead can cross the blood-brain barrier and affect the nervous system. It has been linked to lower IQ levels, behavioral disorders, and worsening performance in reading and math. In adults, low levels of lead are associated with kidney problems and increasing blood pressure, which can lead to a host of cardiac effects. Now, I'm not going to blame the lead in the water, but I got high blood pressure, so now it's making me wonder. Chicago has an estimated 80% of homes with water connections made of lead, more than any other city in the nation, yet efforts to get it out of the ground and out of people's drinking water seem to be stalled in bureaucratic gridlock.
Like everything else.
Right. In May of 2021, Chicago's Mayor Lori Lightfoot condemned previous mayors for kicking the can down the road and failing to deal with the urgent need for pipe replacements. Yet, as of this month, only 180
Chicago can.
You know, I bet those Chicago cans are made out of lead, not aluminum.
Oh,
for the extra kick.
We don't know that for sure.
Allegedly, I'm assuming. Yet, as of this, I'm speculating. Yet, as of this month, only 180 of the city's almost 500,000 lead lines have been replaced. Only 180. Listen, guys, I almost ran past that. Only 180 of the city's almost 500,000 lead lines have been replaced. The situation in Chicago is emblematic of an immense national issue, although the Flint crisis rang alarm bells across the country. Estimates say there are some 10 million lead pipes still serving U.S. homes, meaning these homes could potentially have unsafe tap water. You know why we don't have the money to take care of our nation, right? Let's go to the private sector. Where's all that money that should be going to our own infrastructure going?
Yeah, I don't know, Jerry. I don't know, someplace that isn't here. I can't think of the name. I think it starts with a U.
You know, I found another graphic. I'm just going to throw it up real quick. It has nothing to do with. Well, actually, it does have kind of to do with what we're talking about. Our economy, our failing infrastructure, the fact that the country's falling apart. Today's stock market, everybody.
Oh, man.
Isn't that beautiful? I found that on Twitter today.
Oh, yeah. You Twitter artists, you guys are so great.
I love all the people on Twitter with their great graphics that they can share that we can steal and share with our audience here. All right, so let me get back to the rest of the article, though. Graphic back up. Now that I've fixed my computer, Ed, things are going much smoother. I'm running on all cylinders. There are different Go ahead.
I haven't seen one little stream glitch since from your computer. Mine might have been glitching out when the memory problems, but
I finally updated to Big Sur. Because I was on the older Mojave and I was worried about upgrading because it meant I was going to have to replace all my application, my program files, especially the ones that I download because I don't like using cloud services.
Yeah, I'm over here, Jerry. I'm still using a TRS-80 running on BASIC. It's Tandy Radio Shack. It's the best technology ever.
I beg your pardon. What did you say?
That's Radio Shack.
Ed, do you want to get rid of your Adobe Cloud account?
No, I don't want to pay for it anymore.
All right, well, let's talk after the show. All right.
but I
So-
kind of need the new software though.
Well, okay, we'll talk after the show. There are different standards and opinions about how much lead is tolerable in water and therefore how provocative these Chicago findings are. Health agencies say no amount of lead is safe and even low amounts can cause problems. But the EPA has an action level of 15 ppb parts per billion, meaning that cities are only required to notify the public when at least 10% of a small sample of homes tested are above the amount. By this measure, Chicago is in compliance. That's how they're getting away with it. But this method may miss wide-scale issues. Flint was also technically in compliance until more detailed testing revealed the extent of its problems, and the EPA itself issued a notice warning Chicago residents that a study found that its method underestimates lead levels. I could go on and on and on, but I think you all get the point. And the reason I wanted to bring this story up again is it to my original comment, I'm not seeing this on the front page of the Chicago Tribune or the Sun-Times. I'm seeing this reported by The Guardian overseas across the pond in London.
Yeah, and let me show you all one example on why we need to make sure we don't have lead in the water anymore.
Everybody in the wholesale block, Holy James, the Trudy jail has arrived. Shifty Henry said to Buck, for heaven's sake, no one's looking, now's a chance to make a break. Bugsy turned to Shifty and he said, Nix, Nix, I wanna sink a run of what I get of my kick, let the rock.
Yeah. Yeah.
The brain damage there.
That guy was a governor of Illinois. That's what I'm getting at there.
Yep.
Lead in the water.
You're true.